Patrick.
Together we are JP Adventures 19. Good morning. We just love it when we get out of the kitchen and we see our painted Unimog. We just love it. So good. Look at this. So obviously it's not perfect. You can see some minor uneven spots, but it doesn't matter, it's a Unimog. We're happy with it. So Patrick is working on our brake lines and I got the window seal out and I'm gonna clean it because there are some rusty bits stuck on here and we don't want to put it back in like this. We want to get rid of the rusty bits and then, yeah, put the windscreen in and try if it fits. Here we go. This is an old one and a new one. Been two similar shapes. Now he's doing a very special one. Looks like a snake. Look at this. And we found kinks and rust on this brake line, so yeah. That's why we are renewing all of them. We made it. Beautiful. The rubber or the seal is around the screen. Do you want to fit it now?
Yeah.
How are we gonna do it?
The string.
Yeah, so we're using the string to fit it into the MOG, which will make it a lot easier. So it's sitting in this groove. We'll get the windscreen now and try to fit it. Let's see if it works. The windscreen is in. We are not 100% sure if it will be watertight. It looks pretty good. Just this part up here. So this part right here is like it's tight, but could be tighter, I think. But yeah, this windscreen was bigger than our old one, so we'll see. And while Patrick's working on the brake lines, I'll start wire wheeling some parts like the other step and the edge of our balcony so it can get painted black again. Yeah, let's go.
Yella is cutting out the new rubber for the tank straps.
Yeah, look at the old one. It's almost falling apart, parts are missing. It's pretty bad.
Yucky.
So I've already done one, and now we'll do the second one. Same length. Ta-da! Now we got two. We prepped all day, all those little bits and pieces right here. The tank straps and our balcony. So now it's painting time. Donkey! 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 Hey! Hey, baby! Hey! Aw, baby! She loves it. I'm done. I'm done. She's scratching herself on the fence. And while I can't help Patrick with spray painting, I am trying to figure some stuff out with our Google Adsense account. So we requested the verification pin in October, beginning of October. So it's been 3 months and we got it resent, but it just doesn't arrive. So if any of you guys had the same issue in Australia, please let us know in the comments, because it's pretty annoying. We've been waiting for so long, and yeah, we just don't receive the letter. And my brother, who lives in Germany, he got it after 1 week. So yeah, please let us know how it worked out for you guys, and if you got it like quicker or what you guys had to do to get it. So I was working on our flaring tool review. Oh, donkey! And Patrick was busy working, oh my god, on the Unimog. What did he do? Oh yeah, wheel is off. Not sure what's going on here. Alright, let's find Patrick so we can ask him what's going on, because I have no idea. Patrick! What have you done?
So I took off a wheel and we're taking out those like weird stone guard things because they just catch rocks anyway. We'll take one with us as a fire pit.
You sure?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Yeah, of course.
It is time to get stuff back onto the Unimog. Everything we took off is going back on. Almost everything. So I put those 2 hinges on, but the bolts are not super tight because we still have to adjust them so that the door shuts properly when we put the door in again.
What are you doing, Yele?
We replaced the old rubber bit, which was pretty nasty.
Behind you.
So that's the old bit. Falling apart. Super disgusting rust on here from the grill. So now we're just using new rubber. Donkey! Hey! This one. And then this one's coming. Hey, baby! What are you guys doing here? Hmm? helping.
So what are we doing, Jelle?
We are cleaning the locking mechanism, or we cleaned it, and now we're using some silicone spray to make it work smoother, because it's like, yeah, it looks pretty nasty. So we'll just spray it in here, all the moving parts. And then we'll just move it a few times. So now we are using trim restorer. We've been using this on our van as well. And we apply it to this plastic piece. And we've done it to one already, and now I'm gonna do the other one. So as you can see, it does make a big difference. And it's good care for it. So it's gonna last longer. We are taking off the tires to check the calipers and get rid of the rust underneath. And now we're taking that stone guard off because it's actually a stone collector and not protecting it much, so that's why we take it off. And we've done one side, and now we're doing this side as well. It's too windy, so probably we'll do a voiceover, so it will sound a bit different, but this is what we're doing. We're trying to loosen up all the bolts for the brake caliper, and we've heard from other people this can be a pain, but this one was super easy. This one's loose.
Leader nipple.
Leader nipple. And this is our new socket.
Hopefully not gonna.
Yeah, scared. Don't break it. Woohoo! Spinning! We are painting again today. So we took so many things apart and we'll paint it today. And yeah, we're so happy it's close to the weekend, because this was a tough week and we're just dead. We can't wait to sleep in tomorrow. And we are still house sitting our farmer's house, so we have a hot tub, which is really good. Good regeneration. There's no better way to start to the day than laying in the spa. Look at this. This is insane. So good. So, these are the calipers and all the parts of the caliper, and Patrick decided to spray paint them in a very special color. Oh, look at my hands. Competition for Patrick. And then these are all small bits and pieces. This is from the battery box. Some parts of this are from the wheel or the tires, whatever. This is holding the stone guards, or it was holding the stone guards. We're not putting it back. These are all from the mirrors, and these as well. Yeah, so we'll paint all of them. They won't go the same color like the calipers though. And in the background you can see our slide-up balcony that's fully painted now, and so we can assemble that soon, which is really cool. it. Look at this. So good, so much better than before. And all those little bits and pieces again. And calipers hiding in the shade because it's so hot. So yesterday I assembled the tank straps, so we finished working on them a couple of days ago, maybe weeks, who knows. So we welded on a new bolt without a head, painted the whole strap again, treated the rust before, was pretty rusty, and we got a new rubber for it, for the tank strap, as you can see. Yeah. And it's so much better. Like the old one really didn't look very good, and so we had to redo them, and it worked out pretty well. Now we are doing the front, so Patrick took off both wheels and now we're taking off the calipers as well. And look at it, it's so dirty, full of spider webs. Yeah.
So many of you may be wondering why we're going through all this ridiculous effort, and here's just an example why. So as you can see, it is pretty rusty everywhere, and it's actually not that much work to clean these up, and then you just give them a coat of paint and they look nice. Before we get started, just on that note, I was expecting with the calipers looking like this to have to rebuild the whole thing, so I was expecting these to be completely rotten and nasty on the inside, but they actually look surprisingly good, so it's not worth it doing this whole rebuild on these. It's just gonna be getting rid of the rust on the outside and taking them off and putting some paint on it, and same on the pads. These things are barely used, they still have plenty of life on them. So yeah, all we're doing pretty much is just getting rid of the surface rust on the calipers, just to make sure that, you know, they don't rust anymore in the future. So here we go. And now it's all cleaned up. So pretty much it's all wire wheeled, and this one actually, just because it was so rusted, is actually the darkest one. The other ones look really shiny and silver, like this. That's what the other ones look like after wire wheeling. So now they're gonna be transformed again.
So Patrick's wire wheeling back there, and I'm gonna start wire wheeling this bit so we can paint it.
Even though she's got back pain, it is hard at work. We've gone through all 3 batteries on our portable grinder, this one. So now she's using the corded one. She's going at it. She's doing a good job.
Patrick's putting all those calipers back together and then onto the truck, and I'll put on those little mounts where the stone guard was attached to, even though we're not putting it back on. Yeah, let's go. So we're putting the tires back on, and thanks to the video of Unidan, we can actually do it ourselves, or at least Patrick can do it himself. I don't even have to help him. It's a pretty smart trick with the 2 bars. Pretty simple, and you just wiggle it on. Good job, Patrick! Now to our doors, we're gonna put in central locking. Look at him. He's trying to figure out how to put it all back in with the actuators for the central locking kit. Not that easy. How's it going, Patrick?
For the central locking system, we got these with actuators, so you can pretty much stick that into the actuator, and then you have to attach it to your locking mechanism with this little clip thingy, and this thing just did not work very well. It's terrible. So we decided to make our own. So we pretty much I built a bracket like this that just goes in between here. Actually connects perfectly onto the latch that you use to lock it. And that way you can put this actuator pretty close to where the opening is, so you don't actually have to fiddle it all the way in there and then try and drill holes and stuff. So pretty much you can drill holes almost right next to that hole, and then yeah, pretty much just like, I'll be testing it later.
Alright guys, today we got a really exciting delivery because it's from Paired. We got those 2 parcels full of goodies, and as you know, we really like the brand. We've been using their stuff a lot and we are so happy with it. It's such good quality that we got some more.
And now we got some really cool small stuff like a headlamp and more stubby holders, so in case anyone wants a fat stubby holder, hit us up.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is a multi-tool, because you can always use this, especially when you go hiking.
Yeah.
And of course some jackets to wear, some drinking bottles, tape measure, which we can also definitely use, and the important goods, which are the stuff that we'll be testing and showing you guys how to use, which I personally really like the file set, because this is something that I use daily. We don't really show it too much in the videos. We will now, because files are the basics of metalwork. When you start doing a metalworking internship, this is what you start with. You do 2 weeks of file work on a vise, and that's it.
That sounds
Nothing
like
else.
fun.
So yep, these are the basics. You have to know how to use them, and you also have to have a good set, because you will use them constantly, and if you don't have a good set, you're going to be there forever. And in case you saw one of our videos, there was one video where I had to file holes and make them bigger, and it was such a pain. So I hope with these it's going to be a lot better. And then we have some other really cool stuff that we'll be showing you throughout the next weeks. One of the really interesting ones that I really am excited to test is the duo disc. So this is actually a cutting disc and a grinding disc at the same time. So whenever you cut those notches that are really skinny and you can't get to around the edge, you pretty much use these, because then you can kind of just cut it and then grind it out to that side, which is, I'm excited to use this and tell you how it goes. And then we have a bunch of other stuff.
More stuff, basics of metalwork.
Yes, wire wheels, and also a lot of stuff for the die grinder, just so we can do some work. when it comes to using the die grinder. We have a big cutoff wheel, which hopefully we'll have a saw to actually use it on that works properly. And drill bit set, which I'm also very excited to try out because we've tried a couple different drill bit sets now and broken a couple drill bits. And I hope to see how this one works. I'm pretty, obviously it's gonna be good, but I hope to see how it goes and the quality of these. And the other thing that's really important for us is going to be a hole saw set, because we are actually gonna start cutting some holes into our box. Yeah, very exciting. And that's gonna be for like the just the water connection, so like to put in our drains to our gray water tank, putting in water connections to filling, and using outdoor outlets, using electrical, like wiring electricals, all that kind of stuff. So we'll be using that on steel, which is going to be a pretty good test for it. And then obviously after we've used it on steel, we'll be using it on our
wood.
timber, which is Yella's very favorite. She's going to be happy to use that soon. Yeah, and then we have a bunch of different sandpaper. We'll try some of this out as well. We've got pretty much every size you can think of between 60 and 2000. And yeah, we have wet and dry sandpaper because we do some wet sanding. We haven't really showed too much of it yet, but there probably will be some in the future, and it's very fun. I enjoy wet sanding a lot.
Do you?
No, not at all, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, but sometimes we really need to do some wet sanding, and we've used that when we built the van as well. So yeah, we'll show you. So a big thanks to Per for giving us all these tools and all these goodies, because we really love the brand. It's a German brand, which is good for us, or like we like it. And yeah, so far we've been loving their stuff. It's such good quality, and we learned it the hard way that quality is so important compared to getting cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Especially when you're doing DIY projects. So for a big company, this stuff will definitely make a difference. Like, it'll make jobs a lot safer. And obviously stuff will last a lot longer. Like, your grinding discs will last longer, your cutting discs will last longer. But on the other hand, for like, this is really interesting for private people that really use this stuff. Like, if you get a wire wheel from Feld, like, we've used these wire wheels now extensively for the past like 2 or 3 months, and they're still going. Like, there's still enough wire on there to actually keep working, while the other wire wheels we had are like, we've gone through 2 more and they're just gone. Like, there's no more wires left, and they haven't been used as hard as these ones. So obviously, you know, as a private person doing a DIY job, this stuff lasts you forever. So it's worth it to just, you know, invest the money once, get it done, get proper stuff, and then you'll never have to worry about it again. Like, you can just keep using it. And even the cutting discs, like, once you go through one, like, you buy a box of, I think there's 25 in a box, like, it's gonna last us forever, and we're using these things on a daily basis, cutting sheets and stuff like that. So yeah, really good stuff. We definitely will show you how we used it and what it looks like afterwards, but we can already say we highly recommend it just from the stuff we've tested so far.
Yeah, but you'll see in our videos, so just when you keep watching them, you'll see what is like really good, what we enjoy using. And even in case something is not as good as we thought, we'll tell you, we'll be honest.
Yep. And if you have any questions on where to find this stuff or how to get in contact with them, just either put it in the comments below, or just message us and we'll put you guys in contact with the company.
And we even got a little Christmas pudding. How good is that? We couldn't spend Christmas with our families, but we spent it with our farmers' families, which was really nice. And we're so happy, like, even those companies we're working with are supplying us with Christmas goodies. So a big thank you for that. if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, because it was a really long video. Next week you'll see all about our central locking system. It was a bit of a pain. Patrick's still working on it. Do you like it, Patrick?
Love it.
He's loving it. But it will be so good to have it. So see you all next week.